What is up, tasty people? It's your boy Tasty Penguin here. We are back today in No Man's Sky, and today I am going to cover some of my own personal top tips for beginners and some intermediate players to help you survive in this game and get ahead. And that's beginning right now. Okay, let me start by saying hello and welcome to all the new people to this game, to No Man's Sky, and this wonderful world that we have here, and all the new people to the channel. I'm going to cover a few things that I personally think that are very fundamental things that people usually don't, teach each other or anything about this game, and some tips to help you get ahead in this game. And starting off, I'm going to cover some of the basic fundamental resources that you need to watch out for, starting with things like this ferrite dust. This is a main component. Ooh, I have no ammo. Gee. Okay, this is a main component to make metals items and a lot of other things in this game, including fuel and stuff like that. So make sure you're farming a bunch of ferrite dust throughout the game. A secondary thing would be carbon. Carbon is a fuel source and a building material for your base and some other things. So make sure you hold on to carbon. You can get carbon like this from plants, from trees. Oh, I'm getting that instead. From these trees over here. And another little tip before you start gathering, if you analyze an item and get it fully scanned up, you can get a secondary resource. As you see now, it says carbon and star bulb. So now you have a chance for two different resources, but it's mainly going to go after the first one. Ooh, I don't have any slots in my inventory. What is going on here? Let's not worry about that right now. Now, a next resource, these blue rocks right here, dihydrogen. You need to make sure you gather a bunch of this stuff. You're going to be gathering this stuff throughout your playthrough anyways. It is used to make dihydrogen jelly for multiple different reasons. What's up, guys? I'm sorry that I scared you. But yeah, it's used for fuel and quite a few other things in this game. So make sure you keep a tap on where some of this is located. And keep it, stored up in your base, because you're going to need quite a bit of it. And if you run out of your laser and have no way to refuel it, you can always melee stuff to get a few things out of it. Another little helpful tip. Now, another set of resources that you need would have to be, I guess I would say, oxygen and nitrogen. Ooh, I just punched a guy. I'm sorry. Oxygen. You need oxygen to replenish, in this menu right here, all of your hazards. Oh, actually, life support takes oxygen. You can replenish your mining beam with carbon, and sodium goes for your hazard protection. So make sure you're farming all three of those items. I can't pick up anything right now, but those are some of the main items that you need to worry about gathering in the game from the start. And as you see at the bottom right hand corner of my screen, it shows extreme conditions. That is the same area where your tips are going to pop up in the game, your tips and quests. So make sure you follow your quest, because it will do a good job at explaining what you need to do in this game. And what you need to do next to be able to progress and get off the planet and leave and survive and do all the good stuff in this game. Now, this is oxygen. Red plants are oxygen. Orange plants are, what is it, sodium? Sodium? Are those sodium? Sodium or nitrogen? I cannot remember, guys. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, sodium. And then you have, okay, red, that, and then you have blue plants around that you can use to overcharge your jetpack so you don't use any fuel for a short amount of time. Those are a few tips on resources, and I'm going to jump over here, get some of my inventory closed out, and show you some tips on making money. This guy's cool looking, kind of goofy. He runs like he's like derpy. I don't know, he's just so weird. Derposaurus. Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it. I'm all up in your... You're not going to attack me, are you? I'll get out of here. I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone. There's another weird looking thing. What are you, dude? You're crazy looking. Oh, you kind of look like you have a head from that thing on Silent Hill. Oh, it's really creepy. Okay, now let's get down to making money. First thing that you can do to make money is basically gathering items and selling it at a space station. And I'm going to tell you right ahead, when you go to a space station or any sell terminal, make sure you sell to the ships that dock there and not to the Galactic Trade Network. Because if you sell to the Galactic Trade Network, yeah, you're going to make money, but you're going to crash the market as well. So every time you sell an item, it's going to reduce the price that you can sell it for. And if you sell it to your... Ooh, don't like you. If you sell it to the ships that come in, it doesn't change anything as far as the prices go. So make sure you sell to ships that land. Now, as far as a secondary way of making money, this thing, your scanner. It's going to be one of the most easiest ways for you to make money. Now, as you see, if I get up here and I scan one of these birds, if it lets me. Come on, let me scan you. Scan, 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 scan. And it gives me 1,000 units. Now, 1,000 units may seem like a lot, but it really isn't. You can scan plants, animals, rocks, anything in this game almost, even ships to see what kind of class they are, and it'll tell you what they are. You can follow them, go buy them. But if you want to make more money with your scanner, go to the space station, which I will show you in a little while, and you can buy upgrades for your scanner, and you can get like in upwards of 400 or plus 1,000 units per scan, depending on what your upgrade percentages are on your upgrades. Now, if you want to go around and farm some items, to start off with, if I was to give you a tip on something to start farming at the beginning, I would say go find yourself. The easiest way would be to find yourself a cave. Now, we need to get over to my ship if I possibly can. Dude, I just went so far. Holy crap. Alright, I'm going to get over here to my ship and I'll be right back. Okay, we're coming in on the ship area. Now, I landed here because this is the area of a cave. I haven't searched the cave yet, but this is a good spot to start making a little bit of money. Now, if you're starting out in the game, you need to make sure that you get your, your protections and stuff up and everything like that. And if you're going into a cave, make sure you know how to get out. And if you want to have an easy way to get out, you can hold down F. And depending on what you're on, you can mark. On PC, you can hit E to mark a location. And you will have that location marked. You can find your way back out if you get away from it, and it'll always tell you which direction to go. Now, as far as getting inside the caves and stuff and finding what you need, these things right here, humming eggs. If you open these things up, you get an albumin pearl. I can't pronounce half the stuff in this game. And one of these things is 9,000 units. A stack of this is like 40-something thousand units. It's amazing for money right off the bat. And you can get a bunch of these inside these caves. And you can find a bunch of other resources. See, there's another pearl right there. You should be able to find like star bulbs and all kinds of awesome stuff, and watch out for those things right there. They will poison you like crazy. You can shoot them and break them and get oxygen though. Yeah, you should be able to find bigger caves than this, find a bunch of albumin pearls, and get a good starter amount of money. Now, another way, when you're first starting off, if you want to make a little bit more money than that, you can get to the point to where you can craft yourself a signal booster. Now, with this signal booster, what it does is it scans the area for things that you want to find. And one of the most fundamental things is you need to collect navigation data. You can find it all over the place. And you can either locate nearby structures until you find a place that you want to like farm up stuff, or you can input a nav data and select something that you want to scan for. Now, if you want to scan secure frequencies, you can find stuff like crashed freighters or what are they called, research towers, stuff like that, to get blueprints to craft awesome things. You can scan distress frequencies to find like crashed ships that you can repair and actually use them and fly around them, or use them to trade in for another ship. You can scan for habitat outposts, and also on the distress thing, they can pop up for abandoned buildings, which we will cover that in a little bit, for money. And you can scan for artifacts. Now, we're going to go ahead and scan for a distress and see if it pops up an abandoned building. Let's find out. And abandoned building. We'll go to that in just a minute. And I'm going to show you one more little tip. Anytime that you use one of these items that makes you zoom up into the sky like that and scan, if you go into it, as soon as you start to zoom out, if you hit the scanner button, wait, I did it a little bit too soon, so it's not going to work. Locate nearby structures. As soon as it starts zooming up, It's not going to work. Ooh, maybe we got a little bit of a bug here. Input data. Let's try it a different way. Okay, let's see here. Let's do artifacts. That'll work. Come on. And if you hit scan, it'll zoom you out of that. You don't have to go through the animation and watch it. It'll still find the thing you want. It'll still mark it. See, it found an artifact. I still have my abandoned building over there. Make sure you always pick up your work. But this is also an artifact area. This one right here is a ancient ruin. The one that we just scanned for is an ancient plague. Ooh, plaque. I've never seen that. We'll have to go check that out. But these ancient ruins right here, these don't have anything buried under them, but these are very, very useful. They have these things right here. And whenever you go to the Valkene ones or the Gek ones or whatever ones you find, you can learn the knowledge of that race in this game or that species and learn words. The more words you understand, the more you can understand what the people are saying to you, knowing what they want, and all of that good stuff. Now, when you get to the top of these things, you will always find one spot that is the end of it, right here. Now, these things will do a series of questions. You can seek help for more language, or you can seek knowledge of the past, which we're going to do to cover out a little bit more money that you can get in this game. So we have a historical data revealed, which is going to be on a different planet. Now, we will cover that in just a little bit. I'm going to jump over here to whatever this one that we scanned out was, and I'll bring you guys right back. We're getting close. I'm going to find out what this is together. I've never seen a plaque before. But yeah, most of these ancient things, you can find a lot of awesome items to sell or, you know, do that stuff with. Ooh, that's a plaque. Okay. I've been to these before. It just never was called a plaque for some reason. I have no idea. We're going to go check this out. But yeah, you can find some good items buried around these things sometimes that you can sell. See, that right there is an artifact. Another thing to learn language from. Now, these things have a questionnaire on them that you need to be able to get correctly. Now, let's see if we can get the... Oh, no, actually, this is knowledge of the past. It's going to do more. So I'm just going to seek a language with this. That'll just continue going until I get to one that allows me to do what we're going to be doing up there on that planet. Okay, now, right now, we're going to head over here to the abandoned building so I can show you one of the more profitable early game money sources in this game and how exactly to obtain them. Oh, we're coming in from the sky. Now these things can be pretty scary, so make sure you watch out whenever you're around these abandoned buildings. Now, they have reduced the amount of spawn of these items, but there's still quite a bit of them out here at these abandoned buildings, and they are amazing. Now, there's nothing to be afraid about right now. But, as you see, these things look like the other things we collected, but they're not. You can't exactly hit E on these. These are a whispering egg. If you break these, it'll drop a seed from the inside of it, and those things are worth a lot of money for early gameplay. Now, be warned, when you break one of these, there's going to be like a dozen creatures popping out that want to kill you, and they will kill you. As you see on my HUD at the top, there's exclamation points everywhere. They're under the ground waiting for me. Now, there's a few ways that you can do this. You can jump up here. You can aim at one, shoot it down, and whichever side of the building that you shoot it on, most of them will spawn on that side. So I could break one, and all of them will spawn on that side, and then I could just turn around here, grab most of them on this side, and, you know, not really have too much trouble out of it. Sometimes you will. Now, be warned, when you break one of these things, the item on the inside of it will disappear within like 5 seconds, so you have to pick it up fast. There's another trick that you can do that I've seen people do, but I haven't tried, is you can get up on top of one of these. If I can do it. See, it's very tricky. If you stand on one of these, I've seen people not be able to get attacked if they're just standing on top of this, which is pretty game-breakingly awesome. I will test it in a little bit. We'll find out if it works. But I'm first going to show you the third way of doing it. Your terrain manipulator. Now, you find these things. This is probably one of the safer ways to do it. I'm going to do it on the side where my ship is so I can just demonstrate. I can't die exactly because I'm in the creative mode. But I am going to get right here, I'm going to mark the destination for one of these. Let's see. Okay. Did we mark it? Okay. It should be marked. Custom marker. They keep disappearing. I don't know. Well, you can mark a custom marker, and then you can start digging. Ooh, we got water. This might not be the best area, but we're going to try it. And let's get in there. Okay. Now, I don't have a marker, so it's hard to tell where exactly I am. I don't know why the marker's not working. Okay, that's not the right area. Let's just pretend you know where your marker is. Let me just find out where I am. Okay, right here. Now, pretend you knew exactly where your marker was. If you dig directly below this, see, I can see that egg. Okay. You could break the egg from down here. The monsters can't fit in here, and you'll be safe. And just pretend you don't have all these other holes. But yeah, you can do it from here. The loot will just drop straight down on your head, and you'll be just fine. But by far the easiest way to do it is probably just getting on top of here, shooting one side, going to the other side. But we're going to test and see if I die with this. Okay? We're going to see if standing on top of one of these things, let's make sure we're actually on top of one. We're going to test. Whoa, no. We're going to test and see if I actually die. Because I die a lot. I am not, like, I am the most unlucky person in the world. Okay, mining beam. I'm on top of it. Now let's see if I die. Do they not spawn in creative mode? I guess the monsters don't spawn in creative mode. Okay, well, here's the larva core. The larva cores are worth 61,000 each, and they stack up to 5. They are worth a lot of money. I didn't know these creatures didn't spawn. I did not know that they do not spawn on creative mode. Or maybe these ones are bugged. I have no idea. I'll give you a little demonstration right here of how long they last in the world before they disappear. It is not long at all. It will just completely just go away and despawn as long as it works that way. Oh, yep, it's gone. Okay. Yeah, creative mode has some weird different aspects to it. I'm only on creative mode. If you play on creative mode, you don't need anything. You don't need fuel. You don't need anything. But that's one of the best ways at the start to make money. Now, we're going to head off up here for another way. We're going to head up to that other planet to check out this ancient ruin and another way to make money. Okay, we're coming in on the ancient ruin right now. These things sometimes hold these awesome glowing balls that will, you know, they yield a lot of money, but at the same time, there's one right there. Right there, the Gravitino ball. They give you a lot of money, but they cause everything to hate you. So you need to watch out. But when you get to one of these things, you're going to find these ancient artifacts, fragments, and they give you keys. And there's the prize at the end. You need to get the amount of keys that it takes to be able to open this. Now, let's find out how many we need. We need 3. So we have 2. Let's try to find one more. Sometimes they'll be buried under the ground. You never know. There's one right... Nope. Yeah, that's one right there. So you grab 3 of them. And that's all you got to do. You open it up and see what kind of prize you get out of the end of it. You can also find more keys and stock them up for later. Let's get this. Let's open it. See what kind of goodies we get. We get a damaged hunting canister. 194,000 units for something you can't even really use in the game. And it's just an item to sell. So now you can just run up to the space station, find somebody that's landing, and sell it for $100 and something thousand or whatever else you get. Now I'm going to demonstrate really quickly what happens when you pick up a Gravitino ball. These things are bright. They will shine your face off, but you grab it, and I guess I'm not going to get aggro. You will get 2 or 3 stars at the top right there with sentinels wanting to kill you, and all you have to do is get back to your ship, hover off the ground, and don't leave the atmosphere, and it'll do a countdown for 40 seconds. Then they will lose aggro, and you can leave. If you fly out into space before you lose aggro, you'll get spaceships on you. So they will be trying to shoot you down, and they will not leave you alone until you land on a space station or something like that. Now, as far as making money, that is the best beginner area ways that I've found to make money. The quickest ways, actually. Not the best, but they're the quickest. Unless you're doing duplication glitches and stuff like that. Now, I would justify maybe doing it, but I don't like doing the duplication glitches. I just cover them a little bit. But I mean, these are the best ways to legitimately make money right now, the easiest ways, and there are more complex ways that are legit to make money. I'll cover those in a different video. I'm wanting to find out what this is. I was curious. Chlorine, awesome. Some systems this is worth quite a bit of money. 8,000 for 14 of them. Yes, see, there's some money right there too, and it's a pretty rare resource. But yeah, now as far as these things go, you will need your terrain manipulator to be able to harvest them. You have copper. Depending on what system you're in, you will get a different resource. Blue systems, yellow systems, green systems, and I believe that's it. I can't remember, but you'll get a different one, and you'll need different ones for different craftable items, different drives and stuff in the game. Now, I'm going to get to some more tips and tricks, and I'm going to head out of here, and that's the end of, I guess, the beginnings of making money in this game. And we're landed. Okay, so you're in this game and you're not quite established yet, but you're starting to die a little bit, or you're low on resources. Well, you have these like damaged containers and stuff that you can get inside of. Take this out, which is worth a little bit of money. You can take it and you can open it up and get some random goodies out of it, like an ion battery. I got 2 of them right now. They're only worth 400 units for 2 of them, but these things are very valuable when it comes to crafting certain components. Now, if you search these things, you can get microprocessors. These usually give normal components, and we have another one of these, so let's go ahead and check and see what it gives us. Let's see. And projectile ammunition for my gun, which is awesome. Now, the microprocessor is only 2,000 units, but at the same time, it is very, very good for crafting items all throughout your game. You'll need them a lot. This guy looks so weird. He's got such a big butt. I have to scan him. What are you called? In Chile. He gave me a little bit of money. See, if I would have had a scanner upgrade, I would have made quite a bit more money off of that. What is that? What are you? Dude, all the ships are so cool in this game. Okay, I'm going to head off up here to a space station and show you some of the upgrades and how to buy and sell exactly. Couple little tips while you're in space. If you're trying to warp like this and you're running out of warp fuel and you can't figure out how to get the required thing, which is called tritium. I can't get it to do it because we're in this mode, but if you need tritium, shoot rocks. You'll get silver, gold, sometimes platinum, and then a bunch of tritium. Tritium is your fuel for your warp drive. Also, if you're trying to find certain resources and you're wondering why you can't find it on the planet that you're on, well, as you look at this planet after we have scanned it, you can find gamma root, cobalt, uranium, and copper, and sometimes there's other stuff, but those are the main things on that planet. Well, if we aim at a different planet like this planet, scan it, see, this is I believe, glacial. You get frost crystal, cobalt dioxide, and copper. There's different things for different planets and then different things for different systems. Make sure you're traveling around everywhere looking for the items that you need, because they are going to be all over the place throughout the universe. Okay, we are on the space station now. Now, this is where it'll randomly put you on a random spot to land, and then right afterwards, you will have other ships following you in. Now, I'm going to start with this side over here. This side is mostly for where all the people are going to be standing. You'll have your teleporter that'll link you to any place that you've ever been that has a terminus. And then you have your mission board guys. And then you have this thing. This is the Galactic Trade Terminal where you can buy and sell stuff. Now, like I said, don't sell here, because you will ruin that system that you're in's trade value. But if you want to buy things, go ahead, go here, search through all the stuff that you want to buy, and you'll be good. Now, if you're wanting to sell a bunch of stuff, just go over here, wait for a ship to land, grab that ship. Now, in this menu, you can buy and sell, or you can make an offer for their ship, inspect their ship, and find out if you want to buy it. Now, selling items to these guys is rather simple. It's just like any other game. You select the item, and you click it. You're done. All of them. And you can move back and forth between how many you want to sell. That was 194,000, 8,000, the Gravitino Ball, all these items that we picked up that we don't need, that we want to sell. is gone. The ion battery I would tell you to keep, and microprocessors keep, you know, store some good stuff. Now, as far as getting upgrades for your scanner to make even more money for scanning, or even for just your gun, or for your ship, or for yourself, these are the trade terminals for that. This guy is for your exosuit. He will give you blueprints or buy straight up upgrades for your exosuit. Behind him is an exosuit upgrade. Every system has one of these on the space station. You can either get an upgrade for your general storage, your technology, or cargo. My recommendation is to get at least 2 or 3 of the cargos as soon as you possibly can, because these hold double the amount that a normal general slot can hold. A general slot can hold up to 250 per stack. A cargo can hold 500 per stack. So get a couple of these just for backup storage, which is really, really awesome. Now, this guy will hold ship upgrades. Mainly, you can get blueprints, but they're usually not that good. Purchase nano upgrades is the best thing. Now, you want to be looking for A modules or S modules, mostly S modules. If you hover over it, it'll tell you what it's for, but it won't tell you what exactly it will give you. Now, this is for a gun. As soon as you install it on your ship, it will show you what percentage bonuses you get. Now, to buy from any of these guys, except for this back here, this takes regular money. To buy any of the upgrades, you need nanite clusters. To get nanite clusters, you need to be able to, one of the easiest way is every time you scan something, you can go into your discoveries, and this is every place you've been. You can upload and gain nanite clusters. Each area that you've been to has animals, plants, and waypoints that you've discovered. And you can upload each one of them, get extra nanite clusters, and that's one of the most straightforward ways to get nanite clusters. Another way is you can find them in these things on the wall, these blue like sphere things that you can find. Always search the walls and stuff. Or these things right here. Navigation data can give you navigation data. You can get the blue ones if I ever seen one right here. Nanite clusters right there. Another navigation data. So you can get them randomly on tables and stuff. And there's also these circular ones, but I don't see one. Right here. These. You can get these as well. 14 nanite clusters. That's a way to get nanite clusters. Those are the ways that I know right now. Another way is if you ever find upgrades that you don't want, you can sell them back to these guys by going into the menu, hitting the sell button, and you're good. Now, when you come over here, this is your gun terminal, just like the other guys. But if you want to find out what kind of gun you can buy at this place, walk over to this, hit the button, and it'll show you what class, and it'll tell you all the stuff you need for it. You can compare it to your current gun, find the upgrades that you want, and purchase it if you want to. Now, each space station will have one grade, whether it's a C, B, A, S, whatever it is. Now, if you go to different planets, you can find those terminals inside buildings, and they will hold different ones. And also, what are they? Not anomalies, but the other big ones where Polo is, it will give you another one that you can choose every time you find one. Now, another small little tip, talk to everybody. You don't have to do anything with them, but talk to them, because you need discoveries through people meeting aliens for Polo. Also, these guys can give you some useful information. Like if you go to them, I can offer him one of these items. I can give him, or I can learn words from him, or I can barter. If you barter, he'll give you a random item. This will up your ranking for that that race. Different guys you can ask for. Ooh, that's just a weird guy. Shout! I'm gonna scream at him. Some of these guys you can ask for directions, if I can find one. Look dismissive. Okay, you're goofy looking. Is there any of these guys that are going to give me directions? Let's see here. Request dialect help, I guess. Now let's see if it'll open that up. Ask for directions. Okay, now we found a trading post. That is a place where 9 ships can land. And it's a big trading, buying, selling area, and it's the best place to find better exotic ships as well. You can scan for those later once you get I believe, an economy scanner or an upgraded scanner. You can just scan it in the system to find one. My last tip for this video is this room right here over next to the upgrades. If you want to be able to find a multi-tool right off the bat for free, check these rooms every single time you come in until you find the right guy. There'll be a guy that will randomly ask you to give them your multi-tool. Do it. He will offer you a free multi-tool in exchange that is better than the one you got, which is completely amazing. I think it's awesome. And sometimes these guys will give you random missions to do. These are the things. Nanites. Straight up nanites. There's another trade terminal here. But yeah, they will give you missions to do that will give you some pretty awesome stuff. Now, I believe that's all I want to cover in this video. Oh, if you want to change your race or appearance, go here. Right here, right next to this backpack guy. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, please drop a like and share the video. Comment down below anything else that you need help with. And if you cannot get a hold of me, make sure you guys join the Discord, because we have a lot of helpful people there that can cover more detailed ways to make money or to survive or to do anything you want in this game or in Ark Survival Evolved or any other games that we cover. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go grab myself some food. I love your faces, and may the Dubstep Penguin be with you. Peace out, guys.